If you have a vice in your life, then it can kill you. It can and will kill you. And this goes spiritually, figuratively, literally, physically. It will kill you. Now, yesterday, I woke up to some pretty terrible news, so I have a little bit of a story time. This kid, younger than me, a few years younger than me, but basically grew up with him, lived with him for years. We weren't that close, but you spend some time living with somebody for a couple years, seeing them grow up. There is a bond that's there. And man, I woke up to the worst news yesterday morning that he passed away. And I'm not gonna get into the details and into the specifics of it, but he was a young kid. I don't even think he was 20. I think he was like 19 or something, about to turn 20, or he had just turned 20. So super young kid, so much more life to live. Hadn't even started yet. When you're 19 turning 20, you're out of high school, dude, you're still a baby, and you're still like, you're just starting. Like it's tragic. But it was related to a vice, smoking and stuff like that, and whether it was weed or vape or anything like that. And I'm not here to condemn and point fingers at anybody, because everybody has something, and I had something, and we all have fights to battle and stuff like that. I'm just here to point things out and hopefully guide someone that was in my position into a better direction. Because for everything you overcome, there's always going to be another level. There's always going to be demons. There's always going to be something that you have to fight for, and you have to fight to get over. But like I said, I'm here to try and point people that were in my position, struggling with the things that I struggled with, into a better direction. And unfortunately, when it comes to addiction, and it comes to smoking and vapes and the things that put your physical health at risk, there are casualties. That's just reality. That's the truth. It's the cold hard truth. Like, I've lost more people than I could probably remember, more people I can count on one hand, to vices. Caused death, people close to me, people I never thought that I would lose at the time that I lost them. And all we can really do is reflect and tell these stories about them, and hope that someone snaps out of it. And if I could do that for somebody, then my purpose and my job here is being served. I know that I was put on this earth to do something, more than just retain all the information that I have. And a lot of people were put here to do more than just that. And if this is an outlet for that, then I'm doing something, bro. But enough of that tangent. It's crazy because young people are dying, bro. Young people that have so much potential, they're catching them early. And obviously this is a systematic thing. It's a cultural thing. But you know what? Like, when you change your narrative and when you change the narrative, that shifts the culture, right? And what I mean by that is that you don't have to submit to cultural norms because they deem it acceptable. I've never been a person to follow the flock. And I think at a point in time, doing all these things seemed rebellious. Again, at a certain point in time, and that almost seemed as taking the other lane. But now it's like, dude, things have gotten so out of hand with everything that the system is feeding you and putting in your face, and and it's like obviously terrible for you, but there's people that are just so blind to it, and they think it's cool, and it's not, and they think that's what's gonna make them look cool, and they think that's what's gonna get them attention, and it's like you're just messing up, bro. You're the one you're shooting yourself in the foot. You're the one, you're literally playing with your life, and it's more than just a vice and addiction thing. It's just the culture, bro. There's so many stupid people that have so much potential, but they choose to be stupid. And the culture has to shift. And if I can be here, and if I can do my part in helping change that narrative and shifting the culture, then it's like, dude, let's do it. Let's go all the way. Because I know that there's someone that needs to hear this. I know that there's someone that went through the same thing where they lost somebody, or that could have been them, bro. Right now, those people that I'm close with, they're preparing to have a wake, and they're preparing to have a funeral, bro, for this kid that had so much potential, had so much life to live. And I know that there's people going through the same thing because it's an epidemic. It's an epidemic, and it's designed that way because it's designed to hold you down. It's designed to not let you think differently. It's designed literally to lower your frequency, because this is all just a third dimensional experience. It's what it is. I believe in God. I believe in God, and I believe in serving the Lord, and my God is mighty. But this is the Matrix, bro. This is a third dimensional experience, and He is the Almighty. He's the one I answer to, bro. But there's powers and principalities in the heavens and places that can't be seen, bro. We're in the flesh. It's not a battle of flesh and blood, but a spiritual beings, and there's fallen angels on this earth that have control over us, bro. And they have control over the TV, and they have control over what they put in the food, and they have control over the drugs and the alcohol and all these things they put in our faces, and they put it in the movies, and they put all these messages in your face to distract you. But they don't hide the truth from you. They put it right in your face, bro. And then they hold you down and they laugh at you, bro. They have a foot on your neck. And it's like, these things won't change just because some news came out about certain higher ups, or because they're putting things on the news and you can clearly see through it. Those things won't change because of that. The narrative has to change, bro. The narrative has to change. And I would like to think that we're close to that. But the point is that there's so many battles and fights going on. But also the truth is that the fight is against our youth, man. And I'm somewhat in between and out of that, but I can still be here to be a voice and to be a brother to anybody that needs to hear this. And the truth is that they're coming for our little brothers. They're coming for our little sisters. They're putting these things in the schools, and they're trying to catch them young. And they've always tried to catch them young, but now I think with this generation, again has so much more potential, and they're so smart. And you even talk to a little kid, and it's like, dude, how do you know that? Like, how did you figure that out? And it's just the generation that we're living in. They're so smart, and I think obviously they figured it out, and they're coming after them, bro. They're doing everything they can to turn these kids away from the path of righteousness, and it's completely messed up, and it's completely wicked. And they're catching them young, and they're making them addicted young, and it's honestly sickening. And if I could be a voice to combat that, then that's all that matters, bro. We gotta protect the kids. We gotta protect our eyes. We gotta protect our ears. What comes in. And honestly, when we speak bad words, I spoke about this, I think it might have been Monday or something. When you speak a word, you're sowing a seed. Your words are the seeds, and your life as it manifests is the harvest. So you want to make sure you harvest the fruit. And with that being said, y'all have a blessed day and stay safe.